Bhagavan Krishna is not a mythological figure. Rather, he is a historical figure. He is the supreme god who gave the world the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna Tattva is a devotional movement that has spread across the world. The Bhagavad Gita, which Krishna taught Arjuna during the Kurukshetra war, is still being used by many as a book on personality development. Without Krishna, there is no Mahabharata. Without Krishna, there is no Kurukshetra war. Similarly, without Krishna, the world itself doesn't exist. Despite being so powerful, why couldn't he save his own Dwarka from submerging under the sea? In this video, let us talk about Krishna, the Dwarka city he ruled, and why Dwarka city sank. Let us start today's episode. Krishna was born in Mathura. He grew up in Gokulam and ruled Dwarka. Dwarka city was also known as Krishnagiri. According to the stories told in the Mahabharata, after Krishna killed his maternal uncle Kamsa, Jarasandha vowed to destroy Krishna and his entire lineage. Therefore, Jarasandha would attack Mathura whenever he got the opportunity, venting all his anger there. Then, Lord Krishna left the city of Mathura and built a city on the seashore. He named it Dwarka and lived there happily and peacefully with his entire Yadava clan. One day, after Lord Krishna gave up his body, Dwarka also sank into the sea. However, there are two stories about this in our Puranas. The first story is about Gandhari cursing Krishna, and the second one is about Krishna's son Samba's prank on Rishis. At the end of the Kurukshetra war, all 100 of Gandhari's sons, the Kauravas, were killed by their cousins, the Pandavas, who were aided by Krishna. Pandavas also lost all their sons. Gandhari cursed Krishna for allowing all this destruction to happen. She cursed that he, his city, and all his subjects would be destroyed. Krishna accepted the curse. The book Mausal Parva describes the fulfillment of the curse 36 years after the end of the Great War. Now, according to the second story, Krishna's son Samba dressed up as a woman and his friends met Rishi, Vishwamitra, Durvasa, Vasishta, Narada and other rishis who were visiting Dwarka for an audience with Krishna. The young man, playfully pretending to be a woman, claimed that he was pregnant and asked the rishis to predict the gender of the baby. One rishi saw through the prank. In a fit of rage, he cursed that Samba would give birth to an iron bolt that would destroy his entire race. As per the curse, the next day, Samba gave birth to an iron rod. The youth then informed this to King Ugrasena of what had happened. Ugrasena ordered Samba to crush the rod into powder and cast it into the Prabhas Sea. The powder then washed up onto the seashore and grew into long reeds of areca grass. Later in the story, the Yadavas were at the same seashore for a festival when a fight broke out between them all. Not having any weapons to hand, the Yadavas broke off the areca grass, which they discovered was as strong as iron, and used this to kill each other. Thus, the iron bolt destroyed the entire Yadava clan. One larger piece of the bolt was swallowed by a fish. That same fish was caught by a hunter named Zara, who in his past life was Vali in the Ramayana. He removed the iron piece from his catch and noticing that it had a point and arrowhead-like shape, sharpened it as such and stuck it onto the tip of one of his arrows. Zara mistook Krishna's partly visible left foot for a deer and shot the arrow. The arrow mortally wounded Krishna, resulting in his departure from the earth. Meanwhile, Arjuna reached Dwarka. Seeing the animals there, tears came to his eyes. Arjuna met Vasudeva. Vasudeva told Arjuna the message of Krishna. He said that the city would sink into the sea in a short time and that everyone here should be taken away. After hearing Vasudeva's words, Arjuna told the ministers of the kingdom to come. After they came, Arjuna told them about Krishna's message and that he wanted to take them all to Hastinapura. He warned them that Dwarka city would sink into the sea in a few days. He told them to make the necessary arrangements to take them all to Hastinapura in exactly 7 days. As soon as they heard the words, all the ministers went to obey Arjuna's orders. Arjuna stayed in Krishna Mahal that night. The next day, Krishna's father Vasudeva also died. Arjuna performed the last rites for him according to tradition. Vasudeva's wives Devaki, Bhadra, Rohini and Madira also died. Then Arjuna performed the last rites for all the deceased Yadava clan members in a proper manner. On the 7th day, Arjuna left for Hastinapura with the knowledge of Sri Krishna as well as all the residents of the city. As soon as they left, the entire city of Dwarka sank into the sea immediately. Thus, the journey of Sri Krishna came to an end. Now Dwarka sinks into the sea. It is believed that the ruins of the city of Dwarka are still at the bottom of the sea. Some historians have put forward some evidence to support this claim. The Mahabharata war took place around 5000 years ago, and according to some estimates, Krishna was born on 21st July 3228 BC. When he gave up his body, he was 125 years old. According to a Hindu report, in 1963, the Deccan College of Archaeology, Pune, and the Gujarat Government Archaeology Department jointly conducted an expedition to explore the city of Dwarka. They found ancient cooking utensils dating back to about 3000 years. The research continued after that. About 10 years later, the Indian Archaeological Department discovered some copper plates on the seabed. Later, they also found some evidence about the city of Dwarka. Research is still ongoing for the signs of the Mahabharata period.